What's happening, everybody? It is another Sunday night Thrifty Haul with Jay and A. I'm your one host, Vegas Jay.
Philly Nay. Hi.
What's happening? And we have a guest haul tonight, so let's say hello to our guest.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hi, Nick.
This is Nick Garces, and Nick and I had a little shenanigan dealings. We'll talk about that in a minute, and that's how we kind of met. And I found out that he was outsourcing me in my own city. So I thought it'd be good to have him share his haul and share how he outsourced me. But I want to talk about a couple things before we get to that. First off, if you watched Thrifty Business on Thursday, I brought up this awesome picture. I totally forgot my good friend Debbie Weeder gave it to me, so I want to give props to her. Thank you, Debbie. I found it squished between two Spice Girl folders. Yeah, who else would say that sentence? All right. But before we get into a couple things I want to talk about, Nadine, how are you feeling today?
I'm still in a lot of pain. It's been a really rough this surgery, although it was only a 2-hour surgery versus an 11-hour surgery like last time, it just affects more areas. I have 8 total incisions from my knees up to my neck, so it's just a lot of bruising, a lot of swelling, and a lot of extra pain. I guess because it's more areas. So I'm on some pain meds still tonight. I just had to take my pain medicine again. So maybe it's slightly foggy, but I'm pretty with it. Just taking it
so far so good. So. All right. So a couple things I want to touch base on before we get into our hauls, and I've got a few things, and you actually can see some right here, including this lovely giant beer can. Nate's got a few things, but obviously we're here for Nick. So many of you know I had a garage sale this weekend, and it was kind of a continuation of a garage sale I had a couple months ago, and I got to tell you, it wasn't what we had hoped for. It was too nice of a weekend. I think our problem was it was too nice. Not that the weather hasn't been nice here anyway. It was so nice, I think nobody wanted to go garage sailing. And my neighbor had one today, and she barely got any traffic. So we made a couple bucks, but, and here's the key. This is the tip. Now, get your pen and paper ready. I'll give you 2 seconds. Get your pen and paper ready. Be prepared to purge your crap, but if you live near a Savers, for every bag of donation, you get a punch, and then when you fill up a car with 6 punches, you get 30% off your entire transaction the next time. Now, I have a couple pictures to share because we didn't just donate a couple bags. We filled up my SUV. So here's the back shot. There's the back shot of all the stuff getting ready to rock and roll. And to better see it, here is the side shot. And then if you've been to Savers, you know they use giant red bins to get out all the donations. So our donations filled up 3 of those red bins. As you can see, 2 of them are overflowing. So the guy was blown away. He came out. I go, you're going to need a tub or 3. And he kind of laughed. And then as we filled up the first one, he goes, oh, you were serious. I'm like, yep. So when you donate 3 overflowing tubs full, so this is the card you get, and these are the stamps you get. And like I said, when you get your last stamp, you get 30% off. So I didn't get 1. I got 14.
Wow. I can't wait for Savers to come to my area.
I am good for 30% off for quite a while. So you get rid of crap that just didn't sell. You purge and you feel lighter. You got a tax write-off, and you got discounts. Now, I know that doesn't work for everybody if you don't have a Savers, but if you do, use it. I know people say Savers tends to be a little more expensive, but if you got 30% off, it makes it the same price as pretty much every other thrift store, and Savers are way cleaner, and they smell way better. And they got a bathroom. So you got to go pee-pee. There's always a bathroom.
So you took everything from your garage sale and just loaded it up?
Not everything. I did have some good stuff in there, so we loaded up about half of what was left over. The other half got pushed to the side. I'm going to sort through that. I'll probably donate some more of that, but I've got some good things that are worth money. I don't want to just donate.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
And then, all right, so we're gonna I haven't thought out our path yet. May's got a special haul. We'll put that in quotes. So I'll let her show a few things first, and then Nick and I will jump into our shenanigans in the parking lot of a post office.
So my haul came from one of our viewers, Tom, who sent me a box of goodies just because he said, which is really sweet. So I have some new stuff to list, and this is some really cool cat fabric. It's the kind that it actually has the cutouts to make the stuffed cat, and then if you look on the trim, there's actually, and so crazy cat people will love that. And we have a Tommy Hilfiger sheet, but the cool thing about this is it can be used for fabric, but not that it's a sheet, but that the pattern is all surfboard, which is awesome. So
there, I was getting the cat sound up for you.
And I have a couple things that I have in my listing stash as well, just from they've been sitting around, and I'm finally getting to everything to list, and I'm bringing in all of my unlisted inventory I've gone through. So this is one of them. I have an Eagles bag, which still has the $2.99 Goodwill price, but I live in Eagles territory here, so someone, in another area, this is an example of location, what you can get available in your location. There's Eagles stuff everywhere in my thrift stores, but somebody that's an Eagles fan somewhere else might not be able to. So, and we have this awesome Chico's shirt. Chico's, it's a size 0, which translates to a small.
Size 0?
Yeah, it's a cute shirt. That's from Tom. And we have a cute Mickey. Now, Tom's from Florida, so I assume that there's a lot of Disney stuff there. So we have it's a scrub top, a Halloween scrub top. So I have a couple more things to show, but do you want to switch off?
Sure. Okay. All right, so Nick has 5 kids, right, Nick?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
From 14 all the way down to 3. So
okay, I have 3 kids, and that's enough.
And what's the breakdown, Nick? Boys, girls? What do you got going on?
We have 3 girls and 2 boys. So it's an adventure anytime we try and go anywhere. So.
Oh, I can imagine. So Nick was here in Vegas because his was it your oldest daughter?
Yes.
Oldest daughter was in a softball tournament.
Soccer.
My bad. Sorry. Soccer. I'm just making up shit now. I thought you lived in Arizona. Yesterday. You live in California. I don't know what's going on in my head. Anyway, soccer. So Nick had found a tiki mug, and it wasn't wasn't the $1 million tiki mug, but I didn't have one. He goes, "He want it?" He actually found 2. I said, "Sure." So he's having me in Vegas, and I was just swamped. And he said, "Look, I'm staying nearby to you." And I said, "Oh, I have to go to this post office that's between me and you. Can you meet me there?" I was like, "Sure, no problem." So I did a little drug deal in the post office parking lot for tiki mugs. And so here is the mug that, and I'm telling you all this to also give you a little bit of a lesson. This is the mug that Nick gave me. Ferdinand's. Now, Ferdinand's it's not an exciting, it was a restaurant in Waikiki. It's not exciting. But it's made by Daga of Hawaii. So Daga was the mug maker for all Hawaiian restaurants and bars throughout all the islands, and they would take the same bamboo stalk and make it for other places. So I got my Smitty's for myself. And then also I have a cane razor. You see the cane razor one quite often. And, cocktails would be served in these. So these are not, and I don't think any of these are super, rare and expensive. But to a tiki collector, we always have a bunch. I have all mine together. And if you're going to sell them, and this would not be worth your time to sell by itself, but if you had a few of the same one, or if you had a few tiki mugs, this is good filler. And then they also did it in white, so keep your eyes open for white. So there's one from Club Jetty. And sometimes you'll see the Daga written in the actual mug, whereas other times it's just printed on. So, Daga mugs, vintage, not bad to have, but you're not getting rich. So we did our little deal. Man, I was so hoping a cop would have rolled up on us. Like, what you boys doing in the back of his car? Tiki mugs, officer, tiki mugs. But alas, no one came up to ask us. Now, while I'm in the back of his car getting the mugs, he goes, "Hey, you want to see what I found in your backyard?" I said, "Sure," thinking he'd find 1 or 2 cool things. Yeah, he had a whole back of Suburban full So I'm like, oh, Nick, you got to come on and share what you found in my backyard that's going to make me go sad.
And that was before we hit the Savers Friends and Family sale. So
I was gone. So yeah,
you were gone for.
That's right. I was gone, and I was in Orlando, and you got to go to Friends and Family.
That's right.
All
so
right.
The funny thing about that story was before I pulled up, a couple of cops pulled up, and you're like, well, I know he's not a cop, and I actually am a police officer, so for us to be doing that deal, it probably looked a little bit shady, but that's okay. I don't exactly look like a cop either, so most people have no idea, and I don't like to tell people, so except for I just announced it to the...
I was going to say... I don't let anyone know I'm a cop.
So the first thing he saw in the back of my car, when I come down here to Vegas, I have to appease the wife, and we go to the outlets just so she can get her shopping on. So then she'll let me go to a couple thrift stores. You know, it's a give and take type of thing. Which gave me some time to do some retail arbitrage. First store we go into is PacSun, and I'm usually familiar with this store because they're all over California. But for a little while, they had released these Star Wars. On the Bias company made these Star Wars shirts. On the Bias actually sells by itself. I sell their shirts all the time, and they sell pretty easily. But they actually came out with a limited edition like Star Wars shirt. So here's the print, and I'll give you kind of a close up. It's more of a Hawaiian print. But if you look closely, let's see, where is she? Yeah, maybe this will be easier if I show. There she is. If you see in the flowers, you see Princess Leia standing there with the gun, which is kind of cool. And then you have Chewbacca in here somewhere else too. He's sitting there in the bush with his gun too. So these shirts, I've seen them sell as high as $100, and their sales, they do the buy two get four free. So
yeah, let that sink in for a sec. Don't gloss over. Buy two, get four free, and
yes,
you
sir.
Filled up.
I bought every single one they had. Too bad none of them were your size. They're all size small and medium. Yeah, but they had all kinds of different T-shirts. Same thing, buy two get four free. And these are pretty cool because it's more of a subliminal pattern. From afar you wouldn't be able to tell what it is, but you see the TIE fighters and you see Yoda's head and Vader. So I guess you can be a nerd and not actually look like a nerd.
That's cool.
With these shirts before somebody walks up on you. So I picked up every single one they had. Just a sublimated shirt, fully sublimated front and back, battle scene, Star Wars. So yeah, I literally picked up every single one of them they had. This is probably my favorite one. It's all gray with a stripe, but they're all the patterns of the different lightsabers in different patterns. So you can kind of see what they are.
That is cool.
Yeah. And that was
Vader. Cool. There we go. Give me a little Vader. Okay, stop, Vader. There we go.
All right, so those are pretty cool. That one's actually extra large, so that one's a little bit better size. So while we're out there, we always look at the outlets. Like I said, some of the good outlets to look at a lot of times are the Kipling outlet, which is very good. And here it is. These.
Hang on a second. As you can see. Right now, we're not talking about thrifting. We're talking about going into a retail store, albeit what do you call it, the outlets, but going into a retail store, paying retail for them, but you're going to flip it for a lot of money. So it's just the thrifting game at a different level, kind of.
Exactly. I mean, the T-shirts I paid on average, $10 a piece, and I have them listed for $35, I believe, and the other shirts are about $75 I have them listed for, and I paid, I don't even know what I paid. I think I paid $15 each, so. So, going back on Kipling, which they're famous for their little monkey charm. I actually find these used a lot. I don't know if you can see the little monkey right there, right here.
Yep.
Oh, he's backwards. That's why you can't see him. So there he is. So these, I've sold a lot of these, just used, but these bags, brand new, 54 bucks. Found them at the outlet. They were on sale, plus they had an additional 50% off, so I think I paid like 12 bucks for them.
Wow.
And I just sold one for 45. So, you know, while it's not exactly thrifting, I'm still finding a way to make money and keep the wife happy. So,
are you selling these on eBay or Amazon? The audience is asking.
Those ones I'm selling on eBay. I don't sell a whole lot on Amazon. Every once in a while, if I have, you know, certain products, I will throw them up on Amazon. If I have, you know, 5 or 6 of the same product and I see it sells for a lot more on Amazon, I'll sell them there. But most of the time, I'm like 99.9% eBay. So same thing goes with this. Went to Oakley, found a nice Oakley backpack. Brand new, obviously, with the tags. I don't think this people are going to be able to see, but it's a $200 retail backpack. Paid $15 for them. So obviously, I bought every single one they had. I'm listing them for anywhere from $100 to 150 bucks a piece. So, you know, still able to make some pretty good money and actually pay for our trip generally. So that's
always a bonus.
Always, especially if I play craps and lose. It usually covers some of my losses. So, so that's about it at the outlets. We also hit Vera Bradley, places like that. You can usually find some of the purses at these outlets, especially in Vegas. We hit outlets everywhere. You know, having 5 kids, single income family, wife stays home. Actually, dual income now that I do eBay. Wife stays home. She does all the shipping. I do most of the photographing. Friday nights are our date night. We go out, we thrift. That's just the thing we do. We love doing it. I know she likes buying a whole lot more than she likes doing any of the other stuff, which I think that's pretty much everybody. But she likes a little bit more than everything else. So so I do most of everything else.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you have your wife call my wife?
Yes. So. Yeah, you know, I'm lucky that we do like that. That's probably the only thing we have in common, truthfully. We don't like the same music. We don't like the same movies. We don't like anything. I'm a diehard sports fan. She's into Broadway, you know. So this is one thing that's actually brought us closer, and you know, it's a lot of fun and a good way to make extra money and allow her to stay home with the 5 kids. So that's
all right. So that's been a blessing. Our follow-up question is, what's your musical taste and what's hers?
See, I'm like punk rock, like Pennywise, no effects, like, and then also like 311 and 80s. I don't know. I'm pretty eclectic. I used to be a DJ back in the day, and so I have this huge eclectic taste. And she's more like Josh Groban, and I think that's like what her station is called. And then she likes country and stuff too. So, you know. On the way from San Diego today, daughter had another game. I had to listen to country on the way back. So, you know, it's a give and take type thing. So, even though I was driving. So, so being that said, when I met up with Jason, I had to show him, because not only do we do the retail arbitrage thrifting, but I also hit OfferUp. I don't sell a whole lot on OfferUp, but I do buy a lot of things to flip. And one of the first things I bought. When I was in Vegas, I actually bought these. I found these, and hold on, I'm going to have to give you guys the full effect here so you guys can take these headphones off.
Now we can talk about them, Nay. Isn't that awesome?
Oh my goodness. Pardon me too. I keep poking at my eye. Something in my eye, and it's just
That is badass. Yeah, I saw this in the back of his car. I'm like, where did you get that?
Oh my goodness, that's cool.
He goes, OfferUp. I'm like, OfferUp, right in my
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's and you know, I got a pretty good price. I got that and another mask for 20 bucks. And these will sell almost like Pennywise the Clown.
Yes.
You know? So,
that is awesome. And I right now somebody's about to cry on the feed. Oh no, scary clowns.
Yeah. And those do pretty well.
Oh wow,
I mean,
yeah,
I just sold a Mike Myers one yesterday. just, out of the blue. Literally, I'm sold out of masks other than these two. They sell year-round, it seems like. I mean, so I pick up garage sales everywhere I can if they're even halfway decent. And the Hulk one is marble, and it's stamped marble. It's with a date and everything else. And then the other one is actually from a pretty good company, too. So, I mean, I'll probably get about 70 or 80 for the Hulk one and, maybe around the $40 range for the other one. So, it's fun to flip like that. I went to a pretty shady neighborhood to get those, though, in Vegas. Dude came out. He was all gangstered out. And I worked
Gangstered out.
I worked gangs in South Central for 5 years. I worked LAPD. And I worked undercover narcotics. I did all of that. And I was a little freaked out. I wasn't going to lie. So I actually had my gun under my leg, and I was like, okay, when I saw that guy come out.
Did you search mask, or were you just leafing through OfferUp?
I leaf through. I don't really search for much on that thing. Every once in a while, I'll throw in some keywords, guitar pedals, things like that. But just leafing through, and found these beats out there. Paid $100 for them. They're like $300 beats. So I was making my rounds. So. That's why I have to go to the outlets, because I drive the wife all around town buying crap for myself. So after we met up, I had asked you, how the garage sales were in the area, and you're like, hey, they're around. There's garage sales this time of year. So it sucks that yours didn't go well, but I was able to pick up some pretty good things at a few of the garage sales that I went to. First thing being, and it's pretty cool because I live in LA, and we got these guys coming back to us.
Wow.
Los Angeles Rams, and it's logo 7. So, it's their it's an official one. It's not like something somebody screen printed.
Very nice.
It's probably early 90s, late 80s, probably I would say. But probably $40-50 for this thing all day long. I probably paid 50 cents at this garage sale. Their clothes were all about 50 cents each. So
for Nadine and for your wife and others who are not in the sports, the Rams are just coming back to L.A. after being in St. Louis for how many years? Do you know off the top of your head?
I think they were in St. Louis for, I want to say, like 20.
Oh, so that's an old school one when they were still in.
Yeah,
LA, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So the timing's insane. Like
that's
perfect. It was perfect. I saw it there, and I was just leafing through the clothes like I always do, and it happened to be there. But the funny thing is, I went to a Cowboys Rams game, first game I ever went to back in when they played in Anaheim, and became an instant huge Dallas Cowboys fan. That's why I threw the thumbs down when I saw the Eagles burst there. But I've been a diehard fan ever since, watching when the Cowboys kicked the Rams' butt back in, it had to have been like 83 or 82 even. So yeah, that was pretty cool to find. So next thing, and I don't know, this screams 80s. I'm a big 80s kid. I love 80s. The only thing I don't collect anything but 80s records.
And children.
That too. Not on purpose though. But I love anything 80s, so anything that sticks out 80s. And this thing right here, it's a...
Whoa!
Wow, that's 80s.
Look at the collar is the best part.
That's something I don't usually shop. I don't usually shop men's. Is that a men's shirt?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
There wasn't much of a distinction between men and women's in the 80s. So.
I would have grabbed that, though. That's just fantastic.
I mean, the colors on the sleeves alone are phenomenal.
Is that straight off of Tommy Davidson from In Living Color?
Right. It looks exactly like something with the collar all the way up. The buttons, huge red buttons. I mean, these things.
Oh, my God.
That's fantastic.
Is there a brand on that?
The problem is, that's the thing. It's not a brand. I was like, I was looking to see if it was Jan's World maybe or something like that, but I mean, this
That's
just...
okay. It'll sell itself.
You go to any 80s party wearing this thing, if they have a costume contest, you're winning it with this thing.
Hands down, you're winning.
This is
phenomenal.
Oh, the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, dude. And I literally only paid... Let's see, that was another garage sale. I was just hopping. There wasn't a whole lot at each one. They were very small, but I found something at every single one. But that thing right there, I fell in love with it. It almost pains me to sell it because I want to wear it at least once before I sell it. But all right, moving on. Let's see. We go into these garage sales. I'll show these real quick. This is something I actually learned from one of your other guests most recently, the Imaginext. I don't remember who it is, but he searches OfferUp. He searches all those.
It was blue. Yeah.
Blue. That's right. It was blue. And literally, I found this in the box. I found 2 of them, but 2 different styles. You can't find them in the box, turns out, especially from this year. This is one of the older style. They have a newer style. I mean, there's one listed right now for like 125 plus shipping. So actually, I listed it high. I'm gonna, wait on it. I found also one of these, the Little People collection, Little Pirate collection.
Nice.
Paid $2 each. Already sold the Little People one for $50. And now I'm waiting on the other ones. So pretty nice. So paid $6 total on those. So that's always fun. These were actually kind of funny. So being in Vegas, the first thing you don't think about when you're fishing is ice fishing, which is exactly what this is. So I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at it, and I'm asking him how much, and he's like, "Give me $5." And he didn't have one; he had 2 ice fishing poles, same exact one. $5 for both of them. Turned out. I mean, I'll get about $35 each. They're brand new with tags. So ice fishing poles in Vegas. That was
obviously
cool.
He moved from Minnesota to Vegas, and he forgot to leave that crap behind.
He said he didn't know where he got them. He's actually from Southern California, and I said he can't even remember where he got them from. He was an old guy. So pretty cool guy though. So one thing, and I don't know if people mention these, and I'm sure they do, and I buy them everywhere I go, and I clean them up, and I sell them high. And it pains me when I see people selling them and just giving them away. Are Teva sandals.
Oh yes, I know Tevas.
This is why I love hipsters. Hipsters bring back all these things that nobody wanted for years, since the 80s or the 90s. Tape cassettes, those are the guys bringing that stuff back, these cardigan sweaters that I keep finding and selling. And Teva sandals. I found a pair recently, sold them for $60, bought them at $1, or $1 at a garage sale, or estate sale actually at the very end. They were like throwing them away, and I'm like, can I have these? And they're like, yeah, how much? I'm like, I don't know, give me $1. Okay, sold them for $65 actually within days. So these ones, these aren't as high end as those ones that I found, but I mean, they're still pretty nice. It's like a hiking bottom. I mean, the bottoms are super clean. The straps are great. I mean, we're looking at probably $35 for 50 cent.
Easy to ship, nothing to break, nothing to pack.
Right. Now this is something surprised me. Hammer. Now you see these all the time, and you wouldn't even think. It says $3 on it. They had written on a pen. I haven't cleaned it off yet. But it's the cool thing is these older. It says Rocket, I think, on it. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but
yeah, we can see it.
It says Rocket. It's cool older. They go for $35, $40 all day long.
Get out of here!
I couldn't believe it because I see them all the time, and almost everybody's grandpa probably has one of these in their tool shed, or 4 or 5 of them. So hey, any way to make some money.
Now there's something. And I'm not a typical dude. I'm not Mr. Fix It, but I own a house. I got tools.
I'm not a typical dude. That was no kidding. Like, really? Sorry.
Like my father would probably look at that. I never would have even broke stride to pick up that hammer. And I should apparently.
And I've seen it before. I don't know. I think this would have been at one of those garage sales where there was like nothing to buy. I'm like, what's this? And I knew it was a hammer, but why not look it up? I had time, and I was already there.
I had a ham. I know, no singing. I know.
Oh, that's all right. There's one thing I forgot. When I was doing the retail arbitrage, we actually went to the Disney store, and we generally don't go to the Disney store because I live in Southern California. I have so much freaking Disney crap I can't even. I mean, I literally have trash bags full of plush vintage Disney stuff and clothes. But these were pretty cool. I think they're called Tsum Tsums. They're like they're tiny little things. But these ones are Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah. I saw Groot in your hand there.
Yeah, so you got Groot right here. And I was a big comic book nerd too, so I was into a little bit of everything as a kid. So you got Gamora, and you got Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord, and Drax the Destroyer. Whoa, there he is, Drax.
Those things I've never seen those. Those are cool.
Yeah, so normally their retail price is like $6 plus tax and all that stuff. But the Disney Store had them on sale for I think like less than $1. And so looking on eBay, when you sell the whole set, you can get $35-40 for them. So we picked up a couple sets of them. The thing is when we went in, there was no Rocket Raccoon. He was gone. There was none of them. So I was like, it's not worth buying. We just started moving boxes around, and behind there was a whole box of the raccoons. So we wound up getting a couple sets of these, and I mean, small investment for a pretty good little payout. So, when we keep going, or you got some stuff that you want to share?
Yeah,
or?
let me hop in here, and then we'll come back to you. But yeah, that's
cool.
It was funny as you started to show like the PacSun stuff, the Kiplinger. Vicky, who was our guest on this past week's Thrifty Business, said, "Hey, in the chat, hey Jay, we gotta go hit the outlets." I'm like, "No, hell yeah!"
Yeah, I like them.
Oh, hey, real quick, did you hit both outlets?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I went to check that PacSun to see if they had more Star Wars shirts so I could buy them all. But they didn't have
we won't go looking for those. I know you cleaned them out.
Yep, but Kipling, I mean, and Vera, all those places, their prices, they always have like 70% off and things like that.
Oh, so yeah. All right, so here's something I thrifted. I had to blow it up to take a picture, so I made my wife do it. It is a blow-up Corona Extra beer can.
Nice.
And I have always done well with all blow-ups and not just booze. I bought, on season 2 of Thrift Hunters, I bought a...
doll?
Oh, for the win. No blow-up dolls. I brought the icy polar bear guy from like 7-Eleven, and I sold that for like $40. But blow-ups are good, but if it's not a sealed package, I would definitely open it up and blow it up because you'll definitely sell it better. But then you're going to have to get the air back out of it. But that was cool. That was $2, and I think I can usually pop those for like anywhere from $25 to $35.
Easy to ship too.
Again, yeah, very easy. All right, Nadine, the first thing I'm going to show from a few things of clothing is something for you if you'd like it.
Oh.
It needs a little bath, but it's clean. I mean, it's cool.
Oh,
Like
I love it. Yes, that's awesome. Anything pink with
what's even funnier is I didn't even notice this. I don't know. It's got GT. We could white out part of the G. It could just say JT. So, like, I gave it to you.
Aw, that's so sweet. I love it.
But it's a size medium, and it's really soft. It's got the pockets.
Yeah, that should fit. Oh, I'll wear it. I love it.
So I'll send that to you.
After my surgeries.
Yeah, but had you not been my friend and co-host or had cancer, that's something I would have bought. You could have flipped. We talk about scrubs. My mom's in the chat. She sells scrubs all the time, and typically you're looking for scrubs with characters on them or specific themes.
Right.
I mean, granted, this is just pink with the ribbon, but
that looks so cozy though. I'll be wearing that now. Like I need kind of loungy clothes after this surgery. So
my blow up is causing people to go get beer now.
Oh my goodness! Thank you. That's awesome.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll get that out in the mail to you before I split. This is a great robe. It's by a brand called Delicates, and I'm not 100% sure if the brand means much of anything, but the robe itself is all coffee themed. And you might have seen some of these things on a Show Me What You Got. So if you go, hey, I've seen this before. Yeah, I just found a couple bags I hadn't shown on a thrift haul. So yeah, so all kinds of coffee stuff on this robe. It needs a little cleaning, but it was $2. Oh no, it was $3. And this is an awesome robe. So
it's pretty cool.
Even got stuff on the sleeve. So I think a robe like that you can usually get like $40 to $50 for it.
There's a lot of coffee fanatics here.
The static that just went through me was crazy.
I missed it.
All right. Let's play the game. Will Nadine know this band?
Oh, it's a band, I might.
Yeah, but it's more current than your usual.
Let's see.
Or I'll even ask the chat. Chat, tell me who this is. Or even Nick, do you know?
I don't know. I like the movie though, Dawn of the Dead, but
yep. Yeah, it's a little play on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Dawn of the D. Oh, doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's one of the members in the band right there.
Mm-mm.
And he's not the most famous member in the band. Nope, not Dawn. I see the chat. Not Dawn of the Dead. If it was Dawn of the Dead, it would have an E, A, and D. Dawn of the D. Come on, how many we got live? 118. There we go. Katie wins. Tenacious D.
Oh, Tenacious D.
Right.
I know Tenacious D. I didn't. Okay.
So it's the Rise of the Phoenix Tour 2012. Now, funny story. Not funny for one person. I was at this tour. Okay. Now, for those you don't know, Tenacious D is two actors who play acoustic guitar.
Isn't it Jack Black?
Yeah, Jack Black and Cloud Glass. Two actors comedic actors who play acoustic guitar and sing songs that are kind of rock and kind of funny. The week before, I was at a Five Finger Death Punch concert. Five Finger Death Punch. It was a UFC event, all about fighting. Nothing happened. Great concert. Oh!
There goes your beer.
A beer just fell over. So, Five Finger Death Punch, great concert. Don't see any scuffles, no arrests, nothing. Two acoustic comedians. 20 minutes into the concert, the guy next to me gets stabbed. Bleeds everywhere.
What?
Yeah. Two dudes get into a fight. Dude gets stabbed. Concert's over. No refunds.
Right next to you, this happened?
Right next to me.
Oh.
And I was drunk, and I thought the best thing to do was make jokes to the sheriff who was guarding the pool of blood. He didn't think it was so funny.
Oh, wow. So the thing that closed down the concert that happened, right?
Yeah. But Tenacious D, some people knew it, some didn't, as you can see. But they're kind of, I would call them a fringe band because it's not their day job. But people love the D, and so picking that T-shirt up for $2, I'm sure I could flip it for $30, $35 at least.
That was a story.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, until I showed it and read the back, I forgot it was that tour. And those were $80 tickets, you two drunken assholes.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that to come out.
All right, this is, you want to talk about, well, I would say more 90s than 80s, but man, look at that. Look at that sweater vest.
Oh, that's ugly.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's funny that you say that.
Why are you about to show? Oh,
no.
Hey, and they're Tundra. That's awesome.
Is yours Tundra too?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, they're both Tundra. This is bizarro. Like,
I wonder if it was the same person that donated them.
What size is yours?
I sold one for $100 recently.
Wow.
And I gotta say, you don't see the vest too often.
No, the vest is pretty sick. I must admit.
That's pretty sweet.
Mine's an XL. So.
Yeah, mine's a large.
But mine's been shrunk, so I'm gonna have to stretch it out.
All right, I got two more things to show, and
I have a few more too, so we're gonna switch over.
So we always talk about Nick and Nora pajamas.
Of course, yes, we love Nick and Nora.
But here's a Nick and Nora robe.
Oh, cool.
Leopard print,
nice,
like
nice.
Nate tells me to find,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got, and you know, here's the tip for buying robes. It's not a deal breaker, but boy, if it doesn't have the tie, it's a tougher sell. That's for damn sure.
It is definitely. Your mom is right. That was a Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind.
Oh yeah.
With the Tundra sweater.
No kidding. All right, and then last but not least, I love this. If I was a purse carrying man, I'd carry this purse. This is by Escada. This is one badass purse.
Nice.
Oh, that is nice. Colorful.
Escada is a good brand, too.
And this was $3. So I thought that was, that's a good Hawaiian going on Hawaii vacation tiki purse right there.
Grace that one high.
Yeah. And again, even though this is a nice quality purse, there's no bottom to it. It's not leather. You could get this nice and small and ship this very cheaply.
Is this strap leather or is it like canvas?
Oh, hang on, let me check. Oh yeah, the strap is leather, but still, it's not leather that I would worry about.
No,
Oh, save that for Mom. I guess I guess my mom just got a present. Damn it! Why did I show that? All right. I'll have one more thing at the end I want to share, but I'll throw it over to Nadine.
Okay, this is still from, I have a couple more items from the Tom Hall, and then I have a few more things that I was just going to list that I had left over from my thrifting adventures. This is speaking of Nick and Nora, this is a Nick and Nora PJ top. This is awesome. And the tops and the bottoms will sell separately, so we have a fur hat that's vintage. It's a Vincent and Bill, New York. I don't know. It's definitely, it's like 60s, I think.
Yeah, with that gold stitching on the black label.
Yeah.
It's real popular.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yes, and then we have a Hawaiian shirt. Actually, it's a vest. Oh, this is a vest. Oh, that's awesome. I think this is a woman's vest, yes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I didn't realize it was a vest. That's cool. And then we have a Patagonia. For you guys know Patagonia, it's a great brand. It always sells. This is an extra large women's jacket too. So that's an added bonus. It's fleece inside. Awesome jacket. I can't wait to look at it.
Nice color too, with the bright colors coming back.
And then these are Doc Martens that I have hanging over that I bought at Goodwill a while ago. Bottom sticker says $8.99, so I guess that's what I paid, unless they were half off. They are women's. They're a women. They would translate to women's 10, which is really good because the bigger size is what you want. They're really heavy.
Hey Nadine, the audience is concerned. Watch putting your arms up.
I know, and you know what? I just said they're really heavy, and I'm lifting my arm, and I have incisions here and here, and I'm not supposed to. The doctor kept telling me, don't lift your arms above your head, and I keep doing that, and I'm lifting heavy shoes, so yeah, probably not a good idea. Thank you. So Kohan, you always pick up Kohan. These are actually Nike Air Kohans too. These are flats are neat. They're size 8.5, which is a common women's size, and they will definitely sell. So I gotta get those listed too. And I have, this is from Tom. This is a Starbucks mug, and I love this Starbucks mug. Usually, I go for the cities and whatnot, but I think this one's gonna do well because it's so pretty and different. I haven't seen this one. It's got the floral design inside too.
Hey, hold that up, Nate. You want to have another thrifty encounter?
No. Do you have the same? No way.
You want to see what's on my desk?
No way. Are you kidding me?
Two thrifty encounters.
What are the chances?
No.
Come on. No way.
That is crazy.
All right, that's weird because this is not a common Starbucks mug. It's from 2008. It's an older one. This is not like a. What are the chances? And it was just sitting on your desk?
Hey, did you get that or did you buy that?
No, Tom sent it to me in the box for my.
All right, I paid $2.
Well, I don't know what Tom paid for it originally, but it was. This is awesome.
Do you have a Bud Light on your desk too?
No, surprisingly, I should, right? So I might give these to my kids. I didn't look these up yet. I've had these forever. And the box is, it's sealed and they're new. I think they're from, maybe they're from the 60s. They're Rapco paper airplanes. And if they don't,
bring them close.
I looked them up quickly and I didn't see this particular one, but
pretty cool.
I don't know. I have to see how they do. My kids might end up getting these if they don't do well. I paid apparently $2, and I've had these forever at the bottom of one of my bins. So, like I said, I pulled out all the stuff I need to get listed. And these are soft shoes. Always pick up this brand. If you see it, these are like brand new too. They're a size 7, which isn't bad. They're a little smaller, but watch my arms. I hope everybody can see that. So.
Is that SOFFE?
SOFFT. It's one of those brands like Bourne and Clark's, and it's along the same line. But these are kind of cool because they're a little more stylish than the usual soft ones that you find, and they're like brand new. They're really good condition. And summer's coming up. They look like they've never been worn, and the Goodwill sticker on the bottom says $5.99. And I have just two more things that I'll show here. I have a, I don't know. I guess I paid $3.99. Again, this is in my stash that has to be listed. And the brand is Cardboard Robot. I have no idea. You do not know this?
Cardboard Robot, big money.
Really?
Oh yeah, I found a Cardboard Robot sweatshirt. The company actually stopped making clothing in 2011, I believe.
Oh my goodness! So I don't usually buy men's hats. I don't usually sell hats, but I remember grabbing this one a while ago. It's got the tag on it still, the sticker. So it's
super
actually
rare.
It's new.
Super rare. Yeah,
really?
that high. I'd put it up for $100 at least.
Are you kidding me?
No, I would. Here's the thing: as before they went out of business, Jay-Z. You had like athletes, all the athletes wearing them. Yeah, that was big. Oh yeah, it's Cardboard Robot.
It's got dead elephants on it.
Yep. So that's good. That's a score.
Wow.
Are they still in business doing something else now, or
no,
what?
They're not doing anything. I went to their Facebook site the other day because I found a Cardboard Robot sweatshirt, and they announced that they won't be making clothes anymore.
Well, wow, I didn't know I had such a score here. I need to get this one listed.
Yeah, but they had.
That was just dumb luck. I didn't know that. So.
That's awesome.
And we have these are Hush Puppies, which Hush Puppies still actually, and these are like new condition too, and they're kind of stylish. They're not like the elder lady type of Hush Puppies that you would see, or they have a little style to them. So I think they're gonna do well. So I have to get those listed too. A lot of shoes that. So I have a nice little, between the stuff that Christine had sent and the stuff that Tom sent this as well, and I did just photograph this. I'm getting this ready to get listed. It's a cool.
What size were those shoes, May?
These, the Hush Puppies are, I think I look at them and I want to say they're a 7, but I don't know the size of them.
And hang tight, viewers. You want to see Nick's store?
Yep,
I'm gonna actually
7.
show you Nick's store.
That's right, they're 7s. So, and this is the other thing that I said I just photographed. That this is one of the items that Tom had sent. It's so cool. It's a vintage New York. It's actually like a towel or a linen, but it's something cool that I could see somebody that collects state or New York items would want to frame and do something cool with, because it's really neat, and it's that old school, like it's like a thicker kind of 60s linen. So
put your arms down. The entire audience is yelling at you.
I know, and you know what? I'm in pain now, so
all right,
I'm done.
You're done. I'll pull the plug. We're back to that.
I'm done.
I never saw the word arms typed so much.
I know, and my arms hurt, and the thing is that the pain medicine kind of masks the, so I'll feel it.
All right, Nick, you put your arms up.
All right, thank you. All right, let's see here. So when we were at the Savers, friends and family, my wife, she's actually a photographer. She finds this purse, which looks just like a kind of a normal purse, but it's actually a photographer's bag, which will hold a couple lenses.
Nice.
The brand is actually Ketty. Used, some of them go for about $150, and she paid. I think I took the tag off. It was $8 and half off, so it was $4.
Awesome. So Nick, you might know this, but that zigzag pattern, there's a brand called Missoni that uses that all the time. It's called a chevron print.
Chevron,
yeah. So use chevron in your keywords.
Definitely, this thing is it's some good money right there. Let's see. Going back to another one of the garage sales. It's funny, like Snoopy stuff still does pretty well.
Cool.
It's funny, I just had my kids watch the Little Peanuts movie, and this one he's ice skating, so it's one of those hook and latch.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Sealed. I don't know where they got it because it was marked $4, but we paid $1 for it. So cool. These things, I always pick these up, and they move pretty easily.
Hey, can you bring the bag back? Everyone wants them to see the brand. Can you show it? Can you say it and get it right in the camera? Show us, please.
Yep, it's Ketty, Ketti.
There it is. Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Good shot.
Yeah, and so it's cool because you see like it has movable pockets inside, so you can put lenses and things like that. It's super padded too, padded bottom, padded sides. So
I would see that and think, I could put like 4 bottles of rum in there.
Right, exactly. And
party.
and the strap actually looks like a seatbelt strap, which is kind of cool, but it matches all the hardware, so it's the one that goes to it. Plus the pictures that we saw. So yeah, so that was a nice little score. I always buy these every time I see them. They're Berenguer dolls. This one's a bigger one. This one's probably like 18-inch.
What is it? What type of doll is it?
Berenguer, Berenguer.
Okay.
I probably have a bag, like I don't know if you can see the neck. They're always marked on the back of the neck. And
well, hang on a second. Let me show the listing that you have that's sold. How about that?
Oh yeah, I found that in Vegas too.
There you go. So for those of you who are about to ask,
not those ones. I found 2 of those. Actually, those one.
That's not it. All right. For those of you about to ask how to spell it, there it is.
Okay.
And that's Nick's store at eBay ID, Punk Po. Well, I'll show you the store at the end here because it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So
actually, it's cool.
I Punk PO because I was all into punk and police officer. That's kind of how we got the name there.
I like it.
Those dolls actually, I sold one single doll for $40 that I actually picked up in Vegas at that Savers for like $1.50 or something as it sold. So that was pretty cool.
All right, note to Jason: look in the doll section. I ignored that section, but if you're finding them down the street from my house, I'm mad at myself now. Damn it!
Now I have a full bin of those Berenguer dolls in my house that I haven't listed. I usually don't list them until around I don't know, getting closer to Halloween, because those are the most popular dolls to re-dead, like to make into like little zombie dolls, freaky little dolls. And so I actually think I'm going to take that on this year and make a couple of my own. I had a couple ideas of taking some of these. I wanted to take one of the dolls and make Twisties the Clown from American Horror Story. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but he's a little freaky looking, and I was going to make one of the baby dolls into him. So, and they sell for big money once they're done up like that. And so I was going to try my hand at that. So,
hey Nick, when you do that, please post pictures because we'd love to see.
Oh, definitely.
That's taking one product, changing it a little bit, and making it a new product, and then selling. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and this will be my first go at it. And I'm fairly artistic. I'm into music. You know, I'm in a band still. I do all that stuff. So we'll see how they come out. I'm pretty good with my hands, like with clay and things like that. So these are pretty cool. These are little hand puppets, and I picked these up somewhere. You know what? I picked these up at Epic. Epic had their $1 sale on Mondays when they don't sell all their half
the
price
wrong week
tags.
to go away.
And they so you get everything for $1 essentially. I wound up getting I think I picked up 15 blazers, men's blazers, some suits for $1. So I actually have one of them I was going to show. So these are little hand puppets, but these are made like people use them for like family and everything else. Like the mom is a doctor, and dad's a mailman, and then the 2 kids. So I noticed the families sell more, and truthfully, the African American ones, just like the Berenguer dolls, if you can find the African American ones, they actually sell for more on average, from what I've noticed, because there's not as many of them. They're a little bit more rare. So these dolls too, same thing. I mean, people use them. I think clinics use them for like marriage and family type things. So I know they have a lot of different applications, but I picked those up for $1, and then I picked up 4 more different, like the one's a fireman, and he's Asian, and then policewoman, and then another African American doctor, and an Asian nurse. Well, there she is, right there.
And you're keeping the policewoman to put in your cruiser, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna walk around with it and on my hand.
But you got a perp in the back. You're doing little puppet shows on the drive back to the station.
I'm going to use that. I'm just going to talk to people with that. They're going to think I'm crazy. I'm walk around with it on my hand and talk to it. Another awesome thing, we were at the Savers, and we find these. And being Southern California, Southern Californians, we wear flip-flops, but we wear rainbows. They last forever. They're super expensive, like 60-something bucks for a pair. And these are brand new, never been worn, still have a little tag on the bottom. But they say women's 11. I can wear them. I wear a size 11, so they're not women's 11, they're men's 11. But brand new. We went up. The lady was real cool. I always chatted up with anybody. Truthfully, as you can see, I'm a talker. I network. You know, that's one of my biggest things. I don't just buy stuff on eBay or at thrift stores. I buy through people. You know, I met somebody at a garage sale, and from networking, wound up buying 3 pallets of auto parts stuff that I've been selling for. I bought about 1,200 items, talking steering wheels, things like that, for $300, and it's just been easy sell. So for me, networking is huge. You know, I love talking. I love meeting people, and that's all part of the fun. So.
What'd you pay for those? I don't think you said, or if you did.
Oh, those ones. That I also have ADHD, so I don't remember what I was showing you guys.
The flip-flops.
Oh, the flip-flops. Sorry. I paid $1 for them because she said, "Oh, they're $2 and they're half off," because there was no price on them, and so I paid $1 for them, and I'll sell them for at least 40.
And the brand is Rainbow.
Rainbow, yeah, Rainbow sandals. They're most of them I think they're made still in San Clemente. The guy actually started out making them by hand. I used to live in San Juan Capistrano, which is right next to San Clemente. I grew up surfing. I grew up in the surfing community, and this guy didn't like the sandals that were out there. They would last, a couple. It's funny, actually. I watched one of your videos, and the commercial before your video was the making of Rainbow sandals. And yeah, so that was kind of crazy, but yeah, and we actually watched the whole entire commercial because it showed him like his story of him cutting out the sandals and cutting out the foam rubber and then gluing the pad on top. So it's a pretty cool story. It's on YouTube if you want to look it up. But Rainbow sandals, they always sell well. My whole family wears them, but for some reason we find them at garage sales. We find them at thrift shops. I found my pair I wear on a daily basis. I found at a garage sale for $1. So people sometimes just don't know what they have. So
Nay, were those on your radar at all?
No, I haven't. I don't know if they're just not. I know some of the surf brands, but I guess being a Philly girl, it's just not. They're just not popular here. So they'll be on my radar now.
Oh yeah, me too. I never look at flip flops, but. Yeah. There's $70 flip-flops out there. I'm going to look.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Matter of fact, I'm going right now. See you later.
They're a little higher end than the reefs and those kind.
Reef, yeah, I've seen those. I have a pair that they're actually, I think they're listed. They're in one of my bins, and they're made from recycled yoga mats. I forget the brand, but they're pretty pricey too.
Oh yeah, there's quite a bit out there. Now I was telling you about some of the coats that I got. Now, I went to Arizona this last weekend, and I don't know why. We've just been so lucky lately. I know we're trying to build up our store. We finally upgraded from the premium to the anchor, whatever the one where we can list 2,500 items. And
oh, wow.
So now I'm going to have to fill this store up to make it worth my while.
How many items do you have listed currently?
I think like almost 1,100 or something.
Wow, that's great.
So I'll tell you and everyone else listening right now. I can't tell you anything specific, but the eBay spring announcement is Tuesday. If you own a store, you'll be happy.
Nice, very nice.
Okay.
That's well, they gave me.
I'm throwing this down right now because I know how people are. They find everything to piss and moan about. I defy you when you see what I'm talking about on Tuesday. I defy you to find something to complain about.
That's cool.
I'm serious. Tuesday is going to rock your world if you own a store.
See, I was stoked because they gave me 3 months of $75 a month from that store. So it's like, hey, we're giving you 3 months to build your store up to make it worth it. So, when I was in Arizona this last weekend, every thrift shop I had seems like it was just having, Epic had their dollar sale again. So I got all these coats, and when I'm in Arizona, when the winter's ending, they get rid of all their coats. And they get rid of all their, long sleeve stuff. they just want a clean house, so they put everything on sale. I picked up this jacket, and it's Western style, has the suede shoulders, and it's corduroy, and it's actually a pretty good brand too. It's Brad Whitney, and these actually sell pretty good, make some money. But I literally bought, I think last weekend, 25 blazers, and my wife's all pissed off at me because we don't have room for that kind of stuff. So,
well, I sell them.
Now this brand,
when I first have 5 kids, sir, that's what happens.
when I first saw this brand, right away I thought urban wear. All right, thinking back to 80s, and on the arm it says, it's a shirt, and it says, and maybe people from the Midwest will probably obviously know this a little bit better. The brand is called Mo Betta.
Nice.
And
I would say that's urban wear.
And the shirt is, it looks, let's see here. I have to back up a little bit. It's just, it's brand new. It's never been washed. You can tell it's super crisp. The factory folds were still there when I bought it. And I think I paid $2 for this shirt. And look it up. It's actually country wear. It's rodeo wear.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, Mo Betta, and they sell for pretty good money. That was a nice little score right there. I don't know if you're familiar with this brand. It's called John Mayer of Norwich, and it's like a plaid skirt. I'm that dude that's looking through the women's wear, and
nice.
I am shameless. I could care less. It's wool. It's really nice, and like looking it up, $75. It wouldn't be out of the question. And now this store was fill a bag. So they gave you one of those grocery bags, and of course I looked for this. They had like 2 Savers bags in there, which are about almost twice the size of a Walmart bag. And so I grabbed all the Savers bags first to fill those up. Well, then I realized it was only $2 a bag, so I was like, screw it. I filled 12 bags up. In one
$2 a bag.
That's crazy. Yeah.
$2 a bag.
It just registered in my brain what you said. I'm like, $2 a bag.
That is crazy.
So I filled 12. All right. Inside one of the bags, I picked up this nice women's pantsuit, and I'm sure you're probably familiar with this Tahari.
Yes. No,
Okay.
LA Tahari sells better than the regular Tahari or the Arthur Levine Tahari, but Tahari does do well.
So this, I put this along with another suede pantsuit. I can't remember what it was, but I saw somebody selling one for like $135.
Mm-hmm.
I put that, I put this, and like 4 other pantsuits, a couple just Ann Taylors, not Ann Taylor Loft, but Ann Taylor pantsuits. I put them all in one bag. It's like $300 of stuff in one bag. That was pretty legit.
Yeah, that's good.
This jacket, like new, it's Swingster. So that's
Nice.
Yeah, Swingster's awesome, but it's cat. So, and the yellow looks bad in the pictures, I guess, in the computer, but it's because of my lighting. It's perfectly yellow, brand new. It's diesel power cat. I mean, this thing is.
That is cool. That's an awesome jacket. That should.
Do you know what cat is, Nadine?
Isn't that the caterpillar, the construction?
Yep.
Equipment.
Nice. Yeah, I think you're more of a dude than I am, but I knew that.
But I fit that in a bag with 2 other Swingster jackets. I fit that in a bag with this jacket, which is pretty cool just from the front. It's like one of those basic, what is it? This one's called Sir Jack, but it's like, one of those like men's store. But the cool part is the back. It's like an Alfa Romeo Club.
Oh, sweet.
Alfa Romeo Club jacket, it looks like. It says Alfa Romeo NorCal. So some Northern California car club. It's probably 60s, maybe 70s at the latest, early 70s. But fit this in that bag. So all that same bag. Fit this in the bag. A parka. It's a vintage LL Bean.
Oh.
So it's real nice. Let's see, so I can show you a little bit with the hood. And it's the, what's it called? It's the vintage one though. And originally they had this one for $30, but it's the one that has the Freeport, Maine on the logo.
Okay.
And it's the Baxter State Parka. I'm probably get like $75 for this jacket. So I fit those 3 jackets along with this one, which I really like. It's one of those.
Oh wow, that's great.
The Heartbeat of America, the Chevrolet. So
I think that Levine is early 90s.
is it early 90s?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty nice. You know, it's made in the USA one, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, this jacket's like brand new too. So I fit those 4 jackets in one bag. And then moving on with that, I fit these. These are surf style from the 80s.
Nice. Oh, I had those, I think.
They're iridescent. They like glow. That's the logo.
Yeah.
Now with these, if you find the whole entire jumpsuit, you'll probably make about twice as much. Because I found a pink pair too. Brand new. I mean, these things look like they have never been worn. But yeah, these things, phenomenal. I mean, that's all stuff I threw in a bag. So
wow, that's great.
And because of you, I had never heard of the band, but I found this little sweater. It's going to be Chico's Designs.
Oh.
And it's
the Chico's Designs is the older. They're the older one. The regular Chico's label is the newer. So the designs still sell, but that's that's probably that's 90s.
It's really nice.
Probably like mid-90s. Yeah. So and what size is that? Is that a 1?
The colors on this thing.
Is that a size 1?
Let's see. This is size 1.
So it's like a small-ish, but it's 90s, so it's probably oversized. So it
looks like it looks like a medium,
like a modern medium, yeah.
But yeah, you could tell the yarn they used in this was that multicolored yarn that has the different strands in it. I mean, but I fit it in a $2 bag. The last thing I fit in a $2 bag, and this I think is it for my clothes, is this bad boy. I'm gonna have to stand up for this one.
What do we got? What is this?
And this.
Holy
and I was
shit.
telling you before I was Mexican, and this kind of looks like a Mexican dress. And I don't know if it's my color, but this is actually. It's actually really nice. It's a Victor Costa.
That is a cool dress.
And I saw somebody on the boards was actually talking about this brand, Victor Costa. Somebody had printed about, let's see here, that's what the label looks like. Somebody had asked about Victor Costa and saying that they saw, I mean, some of his dresses sell $500-600 or more. I don't know about this one.
As you rolled into a ball.
Right?
that was such a dude move, but I can't wait. I can't wait till the guys at the precinct get the screen grab of you holding the dress.
Hey, the funny thing is that'll be printed and plastered on every wall before I get in tomorrow morning.
Absolutely.
All
right.
Sure.
Here's the deal. If you got more things, Nick, I'll grab like 2 or 3 of the best ones. I know we're rolling strong. It's past the hour. But I'm about to sell the first 4 Herman Miller chairs for quite a bit of money.
Oh,
so I need to go next door to where they are and get them pulled for my customer. And and that'll be a story we will definitely share at a later time. But I'm about to sell 4 chairs for about 5 times as much as my first car cost. So,
are you going to put on a purple suit for the customer?
No. She's in Chicago.
Oh,
She's in Chicago. They're being shipped, but they're at my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
And she picked specific 4 that she wanted, so I got to go get those 4 pulled to the side so we can get them shipped out of here. So, Nick, if you got more stuff, grab like the 2 or 3 last best things, and we'll wrap it up. And shoot, I want to say something, but
congratulations on selling those, Jerry.
Thank you. I got to say, and this is to everyone listening and to our guests and my co-host, this has got to be the most bolo-rich haul video, not just of ours, of any on YouTube. I will put this video between the 3 of us up against anything.
For sure.
I think
For
we have
sure.
some good,
What?
and then the coincidences too with the
Oh,
that crazy
For the tundra and
the
the mug.
tundra and the mugs. Yes, that was.
Oh yeah.
what an awesome haul show. All right, what do you got? What do you got to send us home with, buddy?
We'll close it out here. I got a couple last things. This one, everybody makes fun of me because I do this and I talk about it constantly. I mean, I love thrifting. I love selling. You know. Now these are just.
Thrifty.
It's plastic silverware. But
What?
Yeah, it's literally plastic silverware. But look at the colors. Green, orange, pink, yellow. It's made in the USA by a company called, and I looked it up, so I know it's going to make me money. Let's see here. What is it called? It's called like HB Plastics or something like that, out of, or VB. Let's see. VB Clinton, Massachusetts, USA. You don't get this kind of stuff made in the USA, and there's a lot of people out there that won't put anything in their mouth that isn't made in the USA, you know?
I assume it's like the heavier plastic,
It is.
like the kind of like the Tupperware type of.
It's definitely a little on the heavier side. Yeah, you know what? The knives are pretty good. I'm trying to break one here, and I can't
Yeah,
just
it's
break
not
one with
like
my
the
finger.
regular plastic.
Yeah, but I mean, I bought bags of these at the garage sale, and you know, the wife's like, "Why the hell are you buying those?" And I'm like, "Because I'm gonna sell them to somebody who's gonna pay me a lot of money." So, yeah, I think I paid $1 for the whole bag, and I saw somebody selling. I think it was 24 pieces of 2 colors, and they got like $25. And so, I mean, I probably have 100 pieces in here, and like 6 colors. So. That was a fun little score, and I like to tell people that I sell that stuff. Like the pair of socks, I think I posted it on the boards. The one pair of socks with the little pom-pom on the back. I paid 50 cents for those, and I sold them for $100. And I think I actually undersold them because I saw another sold for like almost $200.
Okay, so I have a pair of those pom-pom socks to list. They're new in the package from, I guess, from the 70s. Are they early 80s? Are they going to, do I have something that I don't know about here? Cause
Yes, you need to list them, but I would go on the high side. I would almost start an auction at $100.
They're new in package, but they're just solid white.
But they have a pom-pom on the back.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all
Yeah. New,
that's all
brand new.
What color's the package?
It's like orange and white.
Okay, it's orange because one of the guys that sold for $200, his were different than mine. So I would search the sold to see that high one.
I guess I need to get those listed. They're sitting in one of my bins here. I'm like, oh, they're just pom-pom socks, but.
Yep. That and the cardboard. What is it? Cardboard monkey? No. Whatever that.
The cardboard robot. Yeah.
Yeah, cardboard robot. Yeah, that's.
Didn't know I was sitting on a $100 hat there.
Yeah, I would. This was. Oh, all right. This was something I got also at the Savers. Well, that's nice. That's a nice.
I just sold something. The
Savers. I always buy these, and I probably bought like 5 or 6 different of these Case Logics. The one I bought, you can see in my solds. I sold it for $35, but it wasn't even in the case. It was like it held 60 cassette tapes. And I think I paid $1 for it at the Savers because it was $2 and then half off. And so I probably bought 4 more. And then this one, I was able to find a bunch of tapes there because everything was half off, and found some pretty cool tapes. I'm a big 80s guy, so I'll still probably sell them because I really only keep the records. But this one stood out to me. That one's pretty cool, and it's sad that I can probably still sing the words of this cool little band.
I saw him in concert.
Me too. I saw him in Vegas. With Paula Abdul.
Yes, I was on that tour. Club MTV, party to go, baby.
Club MTV, party to go. I was there too.
First time I ever been to a concert that started before the sun went down because there were so many acts on the bill.
Yep, I was like 10 years. Who else? It was like Young MC on that one too.
It was Information Society.
Information Society. Yep, that's
Information.
Yep. So that was kind of fun. But those things, I mean, cassette players, the cassette holders. I mean, a lot of times, if you take it out of the case, it'll actually sell better than inside the case for some reason and sell for higher. So a lot of times I just take them out of the case and, I don't know, give the case to my kids or whatever. So So this was probably one of my biggest scores. So
And we'll end on this one, Nick.
and yeah, this will work. When I was in Arizona, I stopped by the Goodwill outlet, and I scored pretty good there. I found a KitchenAid mixer and things like that. But I was looking through the books, CDs, records, and at the very bottom, like kind of loose, I found this tape right here.
Oh, nice.
It's a Sony Metallic 90. And it actually has metal tape. If you see the label, that label says metal tape. And it says metal powder, metal material. So I didn't know. I just picked it up, and because I'm always looking for Type 2, because you can sell Type 2 pretty easy. And I'm looking at this one. This one's Type 4. I'm like, okay, it must be pretty good. I look it up. There's one for sale out of Russia for $50. So what I do, I snap the picture right there, and I've already sold one for $40. Well, I went back after I found this one. I told my wife, hey, I got to go look for more, just in case that wasn't the only one. Well, I find 6 more of these tapes. I find a full box of the 46 of 10 of them,
cow.
And these go for about $35 each.
Wow.
One tape, all new in the box. Yeah, so I list these $35 each, and then I went back and I found a couple of these. These are $30 tapes, BASF 90s, and professional. It's a Type 3. Anything over a Type 2, Type 3, Type 4 for recording. But the one guy I sold it to, I asked him. I said, "Hey, what is it with these tapes?" Because he said he grew up in China. He never had enough money to buy this tape right here, and so what he's doing, and he's buying all the tapes that he wished he could have had, and he's displaying them. So he said, can you send me your best one? And for $40 though, I mean, I actually put that in a little flat rate box just because I wanted to send it to him all nice, and because he wanted it for display purposes. If somebody's going to record on it, oh well, I'll put it in a poly mailer.
So he's not making his 80s playlist on the Metallic tape?
No, probably.
That is cool.
What I learned is the tapes are big right now, especially tape players and stuff. Hip hop, the bass, you can't really replicate the bass on CD, on vinyl, that you can on a cassette player, because I have a friend who does recording. The guy who does our recording for my van and stuff has told me that the tapes are really making a big comeback, especially with the hipsters. Like I said, I love hipsters because they bring everything back in style. And but yeah, the tapes they actually use for anything hip hop, anything with good low bass, these things pick it up really good. So pick up those tapes.
That's on my holy grail list to find, and I've never found any in the wild.
They're hard to. That's the first ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, and then you hit the treasure trove. You didn't just find one.
About 7.
Oh, that's awesome.
10 more, so 17, and then like 4 of these BASF 90s. So, and then I found a bunch of Type 2, and that's all by the pound. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So what am I paying? This thing maybe weighs 2 ounces. Maybe an ounce. 2 ounces.
That was a score. Wow.
So yeah. So I hit the mother lode over there, and I found some other stuff. Sealed beta tapes from Top Gun and Star Trek. I actually listed these on.
Oh my gosh.
And they're sealed in the Paramount. So, but I know Jason has to run, so it's been fun.
Let me show your store, because people are asking, and I do love your store name. Hang on a minute.
Yeah. I do too. Yeah, you are the king of finding Bolos there.
There is a story.
Here's his store name. It's called Phenomenal Rack, and as you can see, it's an awesome rack.
Yeah, there's some pretty sweet racks in there. And the funny thing is, I was going to change. I actually had changed it to Southern California Odds and Ends or something like that, because I was like, hey, maybe my name is throwing people off, And yeah, see, I sell everything. I am a master, or I'm a jack of all trades, master of nothing. I really don't specialize in anything, but if I think I could sell it, I'll buy it. I sell a lot of silverware, actually. That's one thing I'm actually pretty good at.
Oh, that's something I stay away from. So
we'll
have to talk at a later date about that.
I sold 4 forks, I think, the other day or a couple of weeks ago for like $75.
So this is the first. While the guest is on, I'm shopping in the store. What size is this?
That thing's a piece of crap, dude. You don't want it. Trust me. That thing is all cut up. Like somebody did something to it, and it's not an original. It's not. Right. I think I know what you're looking at.
All right, and then so that's Nick's store, and somebody was going back to my chairs real quick. Somebody wanted to know what kind of chairs they were. So here's my listing that's being pulled because I'm yanking 4 out of it. But here is the 14 Herman Miller chairs that I rescued from the Riviera before they get ready to tear it down. Oh, and these chairs were still being used in an executive's. That's the rough one. There's one rough one and a bunch of great ones. They were still being used in the executive's boardroom, like on a normal basis. And these were from 1979, still being used in 2015.
Wow, that's awesome.
And they're dangerous. This is back when they had only 4 legs, and you got to have 5 now. So these are the dangerous. You're living life on the edge if you're in these chairs.
Hey, those are awesome. I loved gambling at the Riviera back in the day. That was the spot to throw.
All right. Well, I got. Speaking of, I got to go yank out for them. So, first off, let me thank our guests. Holy cow, my head's gonna explode. Like everyone's like, we got to go back and write everything down. I got to do the same thing. Nay always tells me stuff I don't know about. You told me tons of stuff. I'm like, what? That's awesome. So, thank you very much for coming on. Thank you for the tiki mug. Thanks for meeting me. And the most important question, if I ever get in trouble in Southern California, can I just drop your name and it'll be all good?
That's it. That's all you got to do. Just say, I know Nick Garces. So.
All right. All right. Thank you to my co-host, Nadine. Good to see you here on another show. And if you did not tune in or watch Thursday Night yet, why didn't you? Go back. It's a great show.
Yeah, we did a good show.
Yeah, I'm gone for the next 2 Thursdays, so we are on a 2-week hiatus. I'm on vacation. Nay's going to catch up with life and do a little relaxing, do a little selling. But we'll come back gangbusters in 2 weeks. But that's why we want to do this haul tonight. I want to give you guys a little show before before I scooted out of here to warm, balmy New York City, where it might snow and rain while I'm there. So.
Rude awakening.
So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We had a big audience tonight. I hope you enjoy the season finale of Walking Dead. I can't wait. All right, I'm going to go pull some chairs. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, buddy.
Lots of fun.